I have told them that
Okay.
they will be doing the presentation in order. That is, it will start with Z.R. Bhuneshwar, and you want only the group work to be presented, and after that you can give a comment. Let them try to just present it, then you can give your comment. Shall I call upon Z.R. Bhuneshwar team? I think one gentleman from KV Duliajan was ready. You are there,
Yes,
sir? Sir, please
Ankit,
continue, sir. Sir, welcome, sir. Please continue.
I'm sharing my screen, sir. Just give me 1 minute. Sir, is my screen visible?
Ankit, your screen is starting. You can start. Mr. Ankit, you can start.
Starting, sir.
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, sir. Good evening. Sir, can I continue?
Yes, sir, please, Ankit, please continue.
Okay. I'm presenting the group work from the group Zaid Bhubaneswar. We are 10 members in this group, 2 from Bhubaneswar, Guwahati, Ranchi, Silchar, and Tinsukia. The task that was given by ma'am, the third assignment in group, in which we were supposed to browse the internet and find out something about the Piaget's experiment on object permanence. So that is the topic of my presentation today, object permanence. So before proceeding with it, let us understand what is object permanence. The understanding that objects continue to exist even when they cannot be seen, heard, or otherwise sensed. The meaning of object permanence. Here I'm detailing about how Piaget is reflected upon this. He stated that in the sensory motor stage of development, a period that lasts from birth to about 2 years, Piaget suggested that children understand the world their motor such as touch, vision, taste, and movement. During early infancy, babies are extremely egocentric. They have no concept that the world exists separate from their point of view and experience. It means he advocated exists for him, not the abstract world. To understand that objects continue to exist even when they are unseen, infants must first develop a mental representation of the object. Here, the mental representation is what schemas is all about. Piaget referred to these mental images as schemas. A schema is a category of knowledge about something in the world. Here's an example. An infant might have a schema for food, which during infancy will be either a bottle or breast. As the child grows older and has more experiences, their schemas will multiply. Children develop new mental categories, expand their existing categories, and even completely change their current schemas. Piaget suggested that there are 6 substages that occur during the sensory motor stage of development. The first stage lasts from birth to 1 month. In this, the primary way for an infant to understand and explore the world is his reflexes. Second is from 1 to 4 months, development of new schemas. Here, the baby might accidentally do some act and later on realize that it is something pleasurable. Like he might suck on his thumb and realize it's enjoyable. Then he will keep on repeating the same action because that is something which is giving him pleasure. The third stage is from 4 to 8 months, that is intentional actions. Here, the infant begin paying much more attention to the world around them. They perform action to create a response. Then the next stage is 8 to 12 months, which is greater exploration. Here, babies will shake toys to produce sounds, and their responses to the environment become more cohesive and coordinated. The fifth stage, from 12 to 18 months, is trial and error. Trial and error, in this, infants might start performing action to gain attention from others. In the last stage, that is 18 to 24 months, object permanence emerges. Piaget believed that representational thoughts begin to emerge between 18 and 24 months. At this time, children become able to form mental representation of objects. Now, what he does in the experiment, to determine if object permanence was present, Piaget would show a toy to an infant before hiding it or taking it away. In one version of his experiment, Piaget would hide a toy under a blanket and then observe to see if the infant would search for the object. Some of the infants would appear confused or upset by the loss, while others infants would instead look for the object. Piaget believed that the children who were upset that the toy was gone, even if they cannot see it, while those who searched for the toy had reached this developmental milestone. Here's a picture which depicts this. In this, the first picture is the first row is depicting before object permanence. The child is not able to understand that the lollipop that the mother is showing is still existing when it is hidden. But after object permanence, when he achieved this stage at the age of around 2 years, he will search for the hidden object. These are the recent findings which somehow contradict Piaget's work, because they suggest that one of the major criticisms of Piaget's work is that he often underestimated children's ability. Researchers have been able to demonstrate that with cues, children as young as 4 months can understand and hurt. Other researchers have suggested alternate explanation for why infants do not look for hidden toys. Very young children simply may not have the physical coordination necessary to search for the item. In other cases, babies might not have an interest in finding the hidden object. That's all from my end. Thank you.
Shweta madam, your comments on this, or otherwise we will go to the next
One
presentation by the.
clarification. Yeah, I have question.
Yes, madam, please.
Can I ask?
Yes, madam, please.
Yeah. So clarification from the Bhuvaneshwar group. There were other 2 assignments for groups. You only did this one?
No, ma'am, we have done that. The other
Madam,
participants presenting that one.
we are having the others also. Madam.
Okay. Yeah. So the question for sir, can you just repeat your name? Who presented? Sorry, I missed the name.
No, Ankit Vath.
Ankit sir? Ankit sir, one question, you don't have to answer it right now, or your group doesn't have to answer, but I want you to think. What will happen if the infant has not developed object permanence because of some accident issue or some special challenges that child face? She did not develop object permanence and she's in the school. So what kind of challenges will be there for mathematics teaching, especially number sense teaching to her? I want you to think about this, not answer, even other groups. And very good presentation on the object permanence. Yeah, thank you. But please do think about this question. Yeah.
Oh, next presentation quickly, please, from Bhuvaneshwar region.
Okay. Yes, I myself, Amrita Dash, is going to do the second presentation.
Yes, madam, please, quick.
I think my presentation is visible.
Yes, madam, please continue.
Yes, my presentation in on assignment 2. The topic is any 3 counting principles. Okay, and I have chosen the principles are one-to-one corresponding, abstraction, and cardinality. Okay, for the first one is one-to-one correspondence. Here, in this principle, each object in a group can be counted once or only and only once. Children will be given so many objectives, and he has to count one item only once. It is useful in the early stages for children to actually tag or touch each item being counted and to move it out of the way as it is counted. For students to understand and apply the one-to-one counting principles, they must be able to orally count by rote. First of all, they should be learning the counting 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, all the numbers in a rote way. And then next we can promote the development of this skill by regularly counting items during play and everyday life. Encouraging students to show quantities on their fingers is also very helpful. Children in their everyday day-to-day life, they have so many objects, so they may count each and object whatever they see. So that is the first thing. And next, the child counts each items in a group only once. The strategies that support the student learning are encouraging student to tag or move items out of the way while counting. Then matching items with pictures. Okay, number one, the one toffee that is 1, and then next toffee they will count as 2, and then next toffee they will count as a 3. Encouraging students to create a tally chart to count and track the quantity of food or toys around. So that in that way, while counting also they can put the tally marks also. Like
Amrita madam,
yes.
please show the slide. You can click the resume slideshow because the slide is not moving.
Okay.
You click that resume slideshow.
Okay.
Now you click it down.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, madam. Continue, please.
If the just like this, the student is getting one toffee and he counts number 1, then he gets the second toffee, he counts number 2. In this way, he will be counting all the items he is getting as 1, 2, 3, and 1 means only 1, and then second one is 2, and then third one is 3, and fourth one is 4 number, and fifth one is 5. In this way, he will go on learning the counting along with the object, and that is 1-to-1 corresponding. And next one is abstraction. Abstraction, in this one, it requires an understanding that we can count any collection of object, whether tangible or not. For example, the quantity of 3 large items is the same count as a quantity of 3 small items, or a mixed group of 3 small or large things. Like if we are whatever the quantity of object, it may be small, like 3 toffees, small toffees, and apples are big, but let it be big, the number, if the toffee is 3, if it doesn't matter that if the size is small, then the numbers will be small, and if the size is big, the numbers will be big. Whatever the size of the object is there, but the number remains the same. 1 in the toffee, it remains 1, 2, 3, and also as the apples are big, bigger than the toffee, but still it is 1, 2, 3. So that is the abstract way. Children often consider groups of larger items to have more value than groups of smaller items. For example, if a child says, if we show the child, actually the car parking, if there are 3 cars, those are bigger than the toy car placed on the mat. So the children may have the conception that the toy cars which are placed on the mat, that is very small, and he may think that these are less. And so these things should be clarified. Whatever may be the size of the object is it, but the numbers is the same. Next, in this strategy, matching groups of items with the same quantity. So they can match to clarify their doubts, 3 cars and 3 big cars, 3 toy cars and 3 real cars. Like this way they can match and clarify their doubts. Counting non-tangible qualities such as sound, action. Even we can count the numbers by tapping on the table. 1 tap, 1, and then second tap, next tap, that is 2. 2 taps, that means 2 numbers. And the same way as I have, as I told, the 2 toy cars, 3 toy cars that may be same, but it is small, and 3 cars that may be big, it is also same. Both are same, 1, 2, 3. And next, cardinality. the children must understand that the last number used to count a group of objects represent how many are in the group. Suppose we ask the child 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pencils are there. Then he should be able to count that last number 6 means all the 6 numbers. There are 6 in numbers.
Madam, hello.
Yes.
Hello, Amrita
Yes.
madam. We are
Yes,
not
sir.
showing the slides. We are not showing the slide. Please use your arrow then so that it will go down or
Okay.
something.
Okay, the child who recounts when asked how many
Madam, press
candies.
F5, then you will get the slide. Please
Okay.
press F5.
Okay, just like one toffee, then second, third, then fourth, then fifth, and then sixth. After counting that last number, the child should get an idea that he is having 6 in quantity. That is the abstract. Okay, sir, thank you. That much was.
Thank you for your presentation. Shweta madam, any comment on this?
No, thank you for the presentation. Just one comment. In cardinality, there could be also something that students might find interesting, in the sense if they're getting something less or getting something more, that could be also the context. But
Yes, we
thank
can
you.
keep on practice it with the children.
Okay.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, sir, please.
Sir, this can be learned more easily from the experiential learning. That is by touching the objects itself. If the objects are kept in a basket, and that may be experiential learning first.
Okay. Shweta madam, can we move on to the next group? Z.H. Chandigarh.
Have this group done the first assignment about the?
No, first assignment they have done it, madam, but presentation they are doing only 2 for want of time.
Oh,
They have done
okay.
it. They have
Go
done
ahead.
it.
Yeah.
We will just have kind of variety we will have. Okay. I think
Sure,
sir,
sure. Yeah.
from individual,
Yes, sir, please.
that is assignment. Shall we present individual assignment?
that
from
you can
Bhubaneswar
send it,
region?
sir, because you
Okay.
can send it. We will share it with others, so that it will be
Okay.
useful for others when they are conducting the workshop. I will tell you one email ID. In that you have to send it. That we will do
Sir,
it.
in
Sir.
1 minute, sir, in 1 minute, I can present the group 1, that is assignment 1 also from Bhubaneswar region, if you allow. In 1 minute.
Okay, please, sir. Please continue. Please, sir. Please do it quickly, Mr. Ji.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, it is here. I think now. The screen is visible, sir.
No, sir. Start नहीं हुआ.
Sir, screen is visible. Sir,
No,
is
sir.
it okay?
No,
Now?
sir. No. Okay, Mr. Ji, it starts. Do it quick.
Now it is visible.
Sir, is it
Continue,
okay?
please. Continue,
Now
please.
it is.
Sir,
Yes,
So,
please
sir,
continue.
like this. Okay, sir. Okay. So, find out the fallacy and give explanation. Sir, I am presenting, sir. Sir, I am presenting. Here the fallacy. We have to find out 1 rupees 100 paisa. It is okay. 1 rupees 10 paisa into 10 paisa. The fallacy is here. Here is the mistake. And that means can explain like this. 1x into 1x is not equal to 1 into 1x. That is the main, that means reason here. 1x into 1x is equal to 1 into 1x square. So similarly, 10 paisa into 10 paisa is not equal to 10 into 10 paisa. It should be 10 into 10 paisa square. 2 10 paisa is there. And we can explain like this also. Actually, madam has explained nicely. And here are some points. Actually, the numbers used are measures of amount of money and rupee in rupee and paisa here. And depending on the measure, specific operation are possible. And here, only addition and subtraction are possible for measuring money, that is in rupee and paisa. And multiplication and division is not possible. 10 paisa into 10 paisa is not equal to, that means 10 into 10 paisa. That is actually the error here. And
Okay, sir.
generally,
student also commit mistakes like this. That was sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please. Okay, thank you. Can we move on to the Zia Chandigarh group?
Thank you
Who is
very
ready?
much, sir.
Who is
Thank
ready? Zia Chandigarh group.
Yes, sir. So good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, sir and ma'am. So,
Madam, we are not able to hear you.
so am I not audible? Am
Full.
I audible, sir?
Your
Yes,
voice
Madam.
is low. You're
Voice is
audible,
not
but
loud.
it's low. Can you speak a little louder?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm Tarannu Khan from KV Dehradun Can, and I'm representing Zeet Chandigarh group. According to what we discussed in our regional level meet, what we could make out was that we had to present the individual task also. So we had divided our task in this manner, like I was supposed to explain the individual tasks that were assigned today. So can I present the individual task also, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. So I'm sharing my screen.
Excuse me, ma'am, you're not audible, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am, you're not audible.
Am I audible now, ma'am?
Madam, you are audible, madam.
Sound is less, ma'am. Sound is less.
Sound is less, ma'am. Tarannu, ma'am.
मैडम फ्लो पकड़िए, फ्लो में आइए ना, सब ठीक हो जाएगा।
तरन्नु
फ्लो में
मैम,
आइए, सब ठीक हो जाएगा।
अपने लैपटॉप के स्पीकर 100% करिए आप। लाउड स्पीकर ऑफ योर लैपटॉप कीप इट टू 100%।
अभी ठीक है।
It's in 100.
अभी ठीक।
अभी ठीक है?
अभी ठीक चल
Yes,
रहा है।
ma'am, no, it's okay. Please continue.
Madam,
ma'am.
please continue.
Okay, sir. So I'm presenting my screen. This is the individual task that I had prepared, and we all had discussed it over. And so I want to share it with all. If there is any correction required, I request everyone to please let me know so that we can correct it. The first task that was given was, how are the numbers used in each of the following contexts? There were several contexts given, and we were to tell how these numbers are used in each of these contexts. Like the first one, A.
Madam, your presentation is not seen.
Yes, madam, your presentation is visible. Please continue.
Yes, sir. The first one was Beena is 135 centimeter tall. So here the number 135 is used as a measure of length. The second one was Hassan has rupees 50 with him. Here the number 50 is used to represent an amount of rupees 50. C. Shivan's roll number is 35. Here, the number 35 is used to represent his place or order, the order in which his particular number will come. The next one was, Jacob has 7 drawing books. So it is 7 is used as an amount, the number of drawing books he has. Anushakti Nagar's pin code is 4,88,000. So it is the pin code. Here the number 4,88,000 is used as a label of that particular place, because the particular number reminds us of that particular place. The next one, the concert starts at 8 p.m. 8 here is a measure of time. The last one, the train to Buldhana leaves from platform number 4. Here, 4 represents the number of the platform, the position of the platform. So 4 is representing the position of the platform. This was the first assignment. The second assignment was, use the following numbers and create different statements in different contexts. The first number given to us was 8. I have tried to frame different statements using the same number 8. Our classes start at 8 a.m. every day. Here 8 is time. There are 8 plates on the table. Here 8 represents the quantity, the number of plates. My interview is to be held at room number 8. Here 8 represents the position of the room. The second number given was 125. 1 kg of mangoes cost rupees 125. Here 125 represents an amount. My hometown is 125 kilometers away from my workplace. Here 125 represents the measure of distance. This packet has 125 sweets in it. Here 125 is representing the number of sweets in the packet. The next one was 630. We can use it in two different contexts, as a ratio and as a measure of time. There are 6 teachers and 30 students in this coaching center. The student to teacher ratio is 6 to 30. So here it is representing a ratio. Rita goes to gym every day at 6:30 p.m. Here 6:30 is representing the time. So these are two different usages of the same number given. The next number given was this: 8 Arabs, 75 crores, 46 lakhs, 99,244. So the first statement can be, Meena's phone number is 8754699244. Here it is a number, phone number, a label. B, 8 Arabs, 75 crores, 46 lakhs, 99,244 people in this city have got vaccinated. So here the number is representing the number of people. And in the last sentence, 8754699244 kg of plastic waste was collected last week. Here it is representing a measure of mass. So this way the same number can be used in different statements. So that was all I had in individual district notes. There is a last one also, I'm sorry. 1000, the number 1000 was there. There are 1000 grams in a kilogram. So it is representing the number of smaller units in it. B, the seating capacity of this hall is 1000. It is representing the number of people, the capacity of the hall. C, my mom gives me rupees 1000 as pocket money every month. So here it is amount. So this is all I had in individual presentation, sir.
Oh, thank you, madam.
Thank you. Yeah, very nice.
Thank you. Very nice presentation. Any other presentation from Ziad Chandigarh? Otherwise, we will move on to the next Ziad.
No, sir. We are having that group presentation also.
Okay. The presentation given.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Okay, Taranum ma'am, please stop the presentation.
Parihar, you are presenting?
Yeah, sir.
Please, quick. You are from which KV, sir?
Is it presentable, sir?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Okay.
Select the file you are presenting. PPT, yes. Continue, please.
Okay. Good afternoon to everyone. I am Deepak Singh Parihar, headmaster from Kendriya Vidyalaya Kashipur, Dehradun region under Ziad Chandigarh. Now, I am going to present a group task for today, and just wait for a minute. Let me start the presentation. Okay, see, this is the first task that our group has taken. That is, we were supposed to find the fault and we were supposed to explain why it is wrong. So see, the first line is okay, 1 rupee is 100 paisa. Second one is also okay, 1 rupee is 10 into 10 paise. That means 10 paise coins are there. Now in the third line, this line is not correct, because now it is written 10 paisa into 10 paisa. That means how many 10 paisa coins are there? There are only 2 10 paisa coins. So 2 10 paisa coins cannot make 100 paisa. So ultimately the result is not correct. So I have explained in the next slide also. Rupee 1 paisa is, this is wrong, and reason is 10 paisa coins will give 100 paisa, that is equal to rupee 1. But 2 10 paisa cannot give 100 paisa. And third thing is, operation like addition is possible with 2 10 paisa coins. That is 10 paisa on addition will give you 20 paisa. But multiplication of 2 10 paisa coin is not possible. So this was the explanation of this assignment. Now going to the second assignment, and as we are group 2, so we were given conservation of liquid. And see, Piaget Piaget was having 4 stages of cognitive development. First was sensory motor stage, and the age group was 0 to 2 years. And second was pre-operational stage, where the age group was 2 to 7 years. Then concrete operational stage was there, that is 7 to 12, and above 12 years, formal operational stage is there. So Piaget did some experiments related to thinking pre-operational stage students. So he did conservation for volume, conservation of volume, conservation of mass, conservation of number, and conservation of length. So we are going to deal with conservation of volume. Now see, in this slide, we are having initial presentation and transformation is also done. After the transformation, the students of pre-operational stage, they were it created a doubt in their mind, and the result was not same as it was for that initial presentation. See, in volume, we can see that 2 equal glasses of liquid. So the child of pre-operational stage was able to judge, yes, they are equal. Now in the transformation, you can see that pour one into a taller, narrower glass. So we can see that size and that size of the glass has changed. So it created a doubt in the mind of students of pre-operational stage. Same way for numbers, 2 equal lines of checkers, there is equal distance also. Now transformation is that the distance between these coins, checkers has been changed. So it created a again it created a confusion in the mind of the student. Now for matter, we are having 2 clay balls, and now after transformation, 1 clay ball has been stretched, and the shape has been changed. So it again created a confusion for the students. Now in the length also, when 2 sticks, they are kept together parallelly, at that time there is no confusion. Students are able to say yes, they are equal in length, but when one of the stick is moved towards left or right, then it created a confusion. Now see, this was conservation of volume given by Piaget. Now see, the experiment was to aim out at what age children conserve volume, and the method was the researchers, they presented the children with 2 identical beakers filled up to the same level with water, then asked each child whether there was the same amount of water in the 2 beakers or more in one than the other. Now you can see in this slide that in the first slide, 2 same beakers and same amount of water is there. In the second picture, you can see that one of water from one beaker is being poured into a beaker having bigger length, Now, question if asked to the child that which beaker is having more water, then you can see the result where the child is pointing. Now, this is the experiment that was that Piaget used this experiment for his this conservation of volume. Now, at last, Piaget argued that this is because the child has not developed the ability to conserve volume, which doesn't develop until the child is in the concrete operational state. That means when the child will be in the age group of 7 to 12, then only this conservation of volume, he will realize that what is conservation of volume. And with this, I'm done, and thank you for listening.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Fine presentation. Madam, any comment on that? We can move on to the next group. Shweta, madam?
Yeah, please, very good presentation. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. We move on to the next is Ziad Gwalior. Ziad Gwalior.
Good afternoon, one and all. Yes, good afternoon, one and all present here. So I'm Mamta Singh. I invite Sri Ritvik sir with his presentation, group presentation, as we are in group 3, longer is bigger. Following experiment based on Piaget. Ritvik sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to start my presentation. Longer is bigger. Same concept that Parihar sir has explained. This Piaget's experiment on longer is bigger. Imagine two identical balls made of clay. Any child, whether operational or concrete operational, will agree that the two indeed have the same amount of clay in them, simply because they look the same. But if you now switch one ball into a long object, the optional child is likely to say that the amount of that ball has changed, either because it is longer or because it is thinner. But at any rate, because it now looks different, like this. The concrete operational child will not make this mistake thanks to new qualities of reversibility and decentration. For him or the amount is the same because you could switch back to a ball again. This is called reversibility, and because it may be longer, but it is also thinner, decentration. Piaget would say the concrete operational child has conservation of quantity. Now move further in the concrete operational stage. For example, a child may unconsciously follow the rule. If nothing is added or taken away, then the amount of something stays the same. This simple principle allows children to understand certain arithmetic tasks, such as in adding or subtracting 0 from a number, as well as to do certain classroom science experiments, such as ones involving measurement of the amount of liquids when mixed. Piaget called this period the concrete operational stage, 7 to 11 years, because children mentally operate on concrete objects and events. They are not yet able, however, to operate or think systematically about representations of objects or events. Concrete thinking differs from pre-operational thinking in two ways, each of which renders children more skilled as students. One difference is reversibility, or the ability to think about the state of a process in any order. The other new feature of thinking during the concrete operational stage is the child's ability to decenter or focus on more than one feature of a problem at a time. Real classroom tasks, reversibility and decentration often happen together. A well-known example of joint presence is Piaget's experiment with conservation, the belief that an amount or quantity stays the same even if it changes apparent size or shape. That's all. Thank you.
Next, I invite Jagdish Negi sir for his individual presentation. Next, I invite Jagdish Negi sir.
Negi sir, you are there?
Siddharth Singhal sir, are you ready with your presentation, please? Siddharth Singhal sir.
Madam, I am. Hello.
Jagadish,
Am I
Jagadish,
audible,
please.
madam?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sir,
sir.
please do it, sir, quickly.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is assignment number 2. Yes, sir. I am going to present my screen here. Is it visible?
No, sir, not yet.
It's
No,
short
sir.
presentation.
But it's not visible, sir. Yes.
As it is started.
Presentation is starting. Sir, continue, sir, please. Presentation started. Please continue.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. It is order relevance, and I am. Yes, sir. I am from Lucknow region. Here, the work is students have an understanding of order relevance when they are able to count a group of items starting from different places, as the Sweta madam has explained. For example, counting from the left to right or right to left. It can be from top to bottom or from bottom to top. To make them it more clear, we can use the different unique items like of different colors, of different shapes, like this, to change the variety of order. Some examples I have taken here. Here I have taken the pictures of puppies, and we have given the task to students of class first to count the puppies from left to right. First they are counting, and the counting will start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After counting, we can again ask the student to count the puppies from the right side. Then they will again count from the right side. In this way, they will understand that counting from left to right or right to left is same. In the second picture, I have taken the picture of some birds. Here I have changed the colors. So here I have changed the colors, and the birds are also different. Again, we are giving them the same task to count from the left to right and right to left. Here they will not get confused, or agar hote bhi hain, we will explain them. The counting will start in the row that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter what the color or what the kind of bird it is. And same is counting the birds from the left. Then we can get the counting from top to bottom and bottom to top to make them this concept more clear. Next level of difficulty is for the kids of class 1 is to change the position. So I have given them one bird is on the top row and remaining birds are in the lower row, and I have given the problem that count the bird from the top. Now they will start counting the bird from the top. The top one they will give number 1. Then after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this way. And in the second problem, I have given them to count the bird from the bottom side. So they will count 1, 2, 3, 4, and the top bird, they will give the number 5. We will keep them practicing this thing, and they will be able to understand that counting from one position to left side or left to right or top to bottom or bottom to right, or the position is up and down, the number will remain the same. Small presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Nice presentation. Is it Shweta madam, you are there?
Yes, I'm here. I joined just.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. You are able to comment?
Yeah, my connection is little unstable, but
that is why I'm asking you.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Can we move on? Is there any other presentation from this Ziad Gwalior?
Yes, I invite Sushil Kumar sir.
Yes, sir. Please quick.
Sushil Kumar sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sir Sushil?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, sir.
My topic is the activity 1 of the group task. I share my screen with you. The assignment was find out the fallacy and give explanation. My screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yes, sir.
Yes. The first statement was correct. as it was explained earlier too by two of the members of this course. In the same way, I can also say that the third line, from the third line, 10 paisa into 10 paisa, it is a wrong statement because it will give 10 paisa square, which is not possible. So this was the fallacy. We can add or subtract or divide money, but we can't multiply the same units of money. Thank you all.
Yes, sir. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you, Ziad. Okay, Ziad Gwalitin, sir, please come out. Please stop your presentation, sir. Sushil, sir. Sushil, sir, please stop your presentation. Okay. Madam, you want to comment? Shweta?
No. Thank you, sir. And also like the last comment about other operations.
Okay, thank you. We move on to Ziad Mumbai. Ziad Mumbai team, anybody ready?
Yes, sir. Ranjit Kondare.
Mr. Ranjit.
Let me present my screen, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please continue. Please continue.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Counting principles, sir. Counting principles. First principle, stable order. In this principle, children are expected to repeat.
Remaining participant, please mute your mic.
Children are expected to repeat the sequence of numbers correctly. So example is given, sir. Children should repeat the numbers from 1 to 10 without mistake when counting the 10 objects or less than 10 objects. It's example. What happens when children count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 objects here? Sometimes they miss the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Here 8 is missing. 9. Sorry. 8 is missing. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is missing. When child counts, child misses number, so that the activities for the inculcation of this teacher's focus should be on that child should not miss the stability. To improve the stable order, teachers can introduce rhymes, poems, activities, etc. Most of such a things, such a poems in class 1 also we are doing. Next, one-to-one correspondence. When children count with the help of objects, they should assign one number to one object only. What happens? What is the error? Children keep on counting, but they do not relate the numbers with the objects they are counting. Most of the time, they keep on counting fast and they become slow in corresponding to objects. It means, so here also in the picture, it is shown, or if the children are counting the beads. When children say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, actually the speed of counting the numbers with the mouth is more than with the speed of beads. They move, beads moving. Means they will move beads, 5 beads, but they will reach to 8. So what they are not corresponding, they are counting with the movement of a bead. So we have to guide the children. When they say 1, they should move the bead. After moving, they should utter the next number. Like this, we have to correct the children. Next, abstraction. The child should be able to apply the concept of counting in daily life in a variety of situations. So, as earlier in the earlier session, in the morning session, as Madam told, when 1 samosa was eaten out of 3 samosas, how many samosas are remaining? Again, child will say 3 samosas are remaining. Means what child is? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. This is the example of another principle. So in abstraction principle, when children are given different objects, when we ask children to count the objects in a school, we give objects of the same color, objects of same type. But if they are given the objects of different colors or objects of different size, they should be able to count those objects, and they should not relate the objects and numbers. So whatever the number of different or various objects, they should speak about clearly the number of those objects. So these are the three principles I would like to I wanted to share. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Next presentation by Mr. Songraji, HMKV number 3, Jaipur. Assignment 1, individual. Pavanji, are you presenting? She is presenting, sorry. Pavanji is presenting assignment 2, individual.
Some disturbance is there, madam. Madhu madam, some disturbance.
Yes, sir. Mr. Pavan is presenting assignment 2, individual.
Okay. Mr. Pavan, continue.
Yes, sir. Hope my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir. Please continue.
Thank you. So, good afternoon, one and all. This is Pavan from Kendriya Vidyalaya AFS Oza. And the work allotted to me was using numbers in different contexts. So, here are the examples used by me. Today, I have 8th grade in class 5th. So, number is used as a position, or you can say place. 125 is a cube of 5. The number is used as label here. I woke up at 6:30 a.m. today. The number is used as the measure of time. Next, you can contact me on 8754699233. Number is again used as a label. Last one is I have ₹1,000 left in my account, where 1,000 is used as an amount. This was a small presentation by me. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Please stop presentation. Any other presentation from Ziad Mumbai?
Yes. Sunil sir.
Yes,
Sunil
sir.
sir. Sunil sir. Sunil sir.
Mr. Sunil?
दरभंगा, केवी दरभंगा। अच्छा सर, मैं जरा सा इसको
सुनील कुमार,
जरा सा
you are presenting, sir.
Sunil sir, just start. Just
Yes,
I
sir,
explain.
Sunil Kumar has started. Sir, please continue.
Yes, yes. Group work. Say we are discussing myself, Bhartendu Pandey, HM KB Danapur. Just the topic, the main theme of the.
Sir, whoever having please mute.
Some disturbance is there. Say the main topic we are discussing, we are doing foundational numeracy. That foundational, यहाँ जो foundation है, यहाँ कई जगह नींव की ईंट दबी रह जाती है, लेकिन यहाँ जो है हमें नींव की ईंट को सर का ताज बनाना है। तो हमें उस हिसाब से फाउंडेशन को रखना है कि वो सर का ताज बन सके कल के तारीख में। और जहाँ तक न्यूमरेसी की बात है, तो न्यूमरेसी जो है उसका सही मीनिंग है कि कैपेसिटी, कॉन्फिडेंस एंड डिस्पोजिशन ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स टू मीट द डिमांड ऑफ लर्निंग। तो कैपेसिटी और कॉन्फिडेंस और डिस्पोजिशन, ये तीनों चीजें जो है मैथमेटिक्स के थ्रू, ये तीनों चीजें जहां मिलेगी वहीं हम इस न्यूमरेसी की बात जानेंगे। तो फाउंडेशनल न्यूमरेसी में हमें इन्हीं चीजों पर गौर करना है कि हाउ कैन डील द डिमांड ऑफ लर्निंग, हाउ टू मीट द डिमांड ऑफ लर्निंग। नाउ मैडम का जो कंसेप्ट था नंबर का, कि प्रोसेस जो है तो सबसे पहले मैं स्टेबल ऑर्डर की बात जो मैडम एक्सप्लेन की थी बाय द हेल्प ऑफ दिस फिंगर, देयर आर सो मेनी एग्जांपल्स 1 2 3 4 5 अगेन 1 2 3 4 5 द मिडिल फिंगर इज स्टेबल, दैट इज 3. इट इज वर्बल सीक्वेंस ऑफ काउंटिंग. जो स्टेबल ऑर्डर है, हमें क्लास 1-2 के लिए हम ये कोर्स कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पर हमें 1-2 को ही ख्याल रखना है. तो जो ऑर्डर है ये है वर्बल, पहले हमें बोलना सिखाना है, बोलना आना चाहिए. तो वर्बल सीक्वेंस जो है, तो मैडम ऑलरेडी शो द 5 फिंगर ऑफ द palm. व्हेन वी काउंट फ्रॉम द थंब to little finger 1 2 3 4 5 and again little finger to palm again 1 2 3 4 5. this 3 is at the middle, a stable number. तो ये स्टेबिलिटी की बात करता है. इसके बाद सुनील जी अगला स्लाइड दिखाइए. यहाँ देखिए 1-to-1 करस्पॉन्डेंस. ये एक ऑब्जेक्ट को एक ही बार नंबर दे सकते हैं. नेम ऑफ द नंबर इन सीक्वेंस, ईच ऑब्जेक्ट रिसीव 1 and only 1 count. So there are 5 objects given below 1 2 3 4 5. Here the sequence is already given. The next slide sir, next slide sir. हाँ, और कार्डिनलिटी मैडम ने कहा कि टोटल काउंट कर लेंगे, तो टोटल काउंट कर लेंगे और उसके बाद जैसे 6 मैडम एक्सप्लेन की थी, टोटल अगर 6 है तो उसमें हम 6 नंबर कैसे. कार्डिनल, देयर आर 2 वे ऑफ काउंटिंग. One is ordinal and one is cardinal. The cardinal 1 2, तो ordinal को यहाँ पर it indicates the position. cardinal, तो position ordinal position है, cardinal तो counting है. इसमें थोड़ा सा उल्टा लिखाया हुआ है. तो if we count 1, the position is first. तो ये ordinal हो गया, ये cardinal हो गया. ये दोनों को difference दिखला देंगे. 1 फर्स्ट कहेंगे ordinal में और cardinal में 1 कहेंगे. 2 कहेंगे कार्डिनल में और सेकंड कहेंगे पोजीशन में, ऑर्डिनल में. तो इन द सेकंड अबव वी काउंटिंग एक्सप्लेन हाउ काउंटिंग गोज ऑन 1 2 3 4 5. तो ये जो 5 स्टेप है काउंटिंग का, दीज काउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल आर द पार्ट ऑफ द क्लियर डेवलपमेंटल प्रोग्रेशन. ये एक प्रोग्रेशन में चलता है 1 2 3 4 5. इस तरह से प्रोग्रेशन में है, हमको मेन थीम यहीं पर ले जाना है. It is the roadmap for the teacher when we use and plan instruction based on each child's individual need. हर एक बच्चा डिफरेंट होता है. मैडम ने कहा कि कोई अगर फिजिकली हैंडीकैप्ड हो या कोई मेंटली हो तो उसके लिए अलग से हमें काम करना होगा. ये भी बात ध्यान देना है. ईच एंड इंडिविजुअल चाइल्ड को हमें देखना होगा. तो आगे सर ये इसमें और दिखलाइए सर, है ना. तो it will continue, then it develop many skill of the learning progression like a stable order, verbal counting, object counting with 1-to-1 correspondence and cardinality, numeral identification. These are the skill developed by this process of counting जो इसी माध्यम से हमें करना होगा. और ये दोनों जो है एब्स्ट्रैक्शन और जो एब्स्ट्रैक्शन एंड ऑर्डर इररिलेवेंस जो है, ये दोनों इस स्टेबल के साथ और 1 by 1 के साथ साथ चलता है. वो दोनों प्रोसेस इस 3 के साथ ही चलता है. तो ये मेरा आपका ये रहा. अब इंडिविजुअल वर्क देखिए, तो एक था 135 सेंटीमीटर टॉल. इसको कैसे मेजर करेंगे, तो एक स्केल ये हो गया. दूसरे स्केल से भी हम इसको दिखा सकते हैं. इस तरीके से डिफरेंट वे, जो न्यूमेरेसी है डिफरेंट वे ऑफ एप्लीकेशंस है. तो इसको हम दिखला रहे हैं. इस वे से भी एक टेप ले लेंगे, जैसे 50 रुपीज को एक 50 रुपीज लिए, फिर उसके बाद दूसरा जो है अलग अलग ले लिए हम. तो इसमें 10 + 10 + 10 + 10 + 10 ये भी कंसेप्ट हमने दे दिया बच्चे को, है ना. तो इसके बाद 20 + 20 + 10. इन दिस वे वी कैन गिव सो मेनी आइडियाज. ये ओपन है बच्चे के लिए, ओपन माइंडेड. 50 लाना है रुपीज, उसके पास बहुत से सिक्के हैं, कॉइन हैं, रुपीज हैं, 1 के 2 के 3 के, डिफरेंट वे देंगे. तीसरा है ये जो 35 को हम नंबर लाइन से किस तरह से बता सकते हैं। 1 2 3 4 5 इधर गया, फिर 11 12 इधर आया, फिर यहाँ 35 तक काउंट करेंगे यहाँ पर। तो नंबर लाइन से भी बता सकते हैं, स्केल से भी बता सकते हैं, काउंटिंग से भी बता सकते हैं। जैकब हैज 7 ड्राइंग बुक्स, इस तरह से 1 2 3 4 5 6 7। तो ये भी हम इस तरीके से इसको दिखला सकते हैं छोटे बच्चों को। यहाँ जो ये लेवल को दिखा रहा था, कि जो पिन कोड है, एक जगह दिखला देंगे उसको, और वहाँ पर एक जगह में जिसका पिन नंबर इतना है, तो ये लेवल को बताता है। इसके बाद जो घड़ी है, मेजर ऑफ टाइम, इसमें अलग अलग घड़ी देंगे। एक 1 2 3 4, इसमें छोटा छोटा भी टुकड़ा कर देंगे। फिर और तीसरे तरह की घड़ी देंगे, चौथे तरह की घड़ी देंगे। डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ वॉच कैन गिव द मेजर ऑफ टाइम, हाउ टू मेक इट। और इस जगह 8 बजे से शुरू होता है जो आपका फंक्शन है वो। इसके बाद जो स्टेबल ऑर्डर को बताता है, ये 4 प्लेटफॉर्म है, वहाँ से ही ट्रेन खुलेगी, निश्चित है वो। और इस तरह से ये इंडिविजुअल वर्क आपका, दरअसल इसमें ये जो एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है, जो भी चीज़ें हैं, ये कॉग्निटिव कैपेसिटी को ही हमें डेवलप करना है। उसके इंफॉर्मेशन, द ब्रेन, अमाउंट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन द ब्रेन इज कैपेबल टू रिटेन, amount of information the brain is capable to retain, we are doing for that। तो ये जो प्रोसेस है फाउंडेशनल न्यूमरेसी, ये दरअसल अमाउंट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन जो रिटेन करे जो ब्रेन में, तो ये प्रोसेस हमें पूरा करना है। और इसी मोटो के आधार पर इस कोर्स को, इस सब्जेक्ट को आगे ले चलना है। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you for your presentation, sir. Sir, please stop. Okay, I think Madam Sweta Madam is there. You want to comment?
Yes, Shivji.
You want to comment?
Actually, my connection is a bit low. I do have comments on this and some earlier. So what I will do is I'll send you these comments. You just share in your group.
Okay, I will share it with them. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you, Ziad Mumbai. Thank you. I think
One
we will.
More presentations are there. Jeet sir is presenting something. Group assignment.
Okay, we move on to Ziad Mysuru. Anybody ready in Ziad Mysuru?
Yes, sir. From Ziad Mysuru, I am from Balakrishna Rao, HM K1 Golconda. These are group presentation 1. Madam Lakshmi Priya. Yeah, this assignment 1 about the finding the fallacy and giving explanation about the fault that is being found in the mathematical expressions. The first line is first expression is 1 equation is 1 rupees is equal to 100 paisa. This is correct statement. And 1 rupees is equal to, within brackets, 10 into 10. This 100 is split into product of 10 into 10 and paise. This is also correct. When it comes to the third statement, that is 1 rupees is equal to 10 paise into 10 paise. It's a wrong statement because it should be 10 times of 10 paise. 10 times of 10 paise. 10 paise and 10 paise into 10 paise is a wrong one. 10 times of 10 paisa should be equal to 100 paisa, which is equal to 1 rupees. And again, the fourth one is the continuation of the third statement, which is 10 is written as 0.1. 0.1 rupees into 0.1 rupees, again it is wrong. Again, it should be 10 times of 0.1 rupee. When it is 1, we'll write it as rupee RE, not RS. So these are the two faults in these two statements. And finally, 1 rupees is equal to 0.01 rupees is also a wrong one. And 1 rupees is equal to 1 paisa is, of course, it's wrong. Therefore, this 1 rupees is equal to 1 paisa is also wrong. So these are the faults in these mathematical statements. This is a presentation on assignment 1 from KV JIT Mysuru, and then continued with the other participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I am Jyoti from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Annanagar, Chennai region. I am going to present on the second group assignment. Choose any 3 counting principles and create a scenario where some examples of student thinking, right or wrong, are visible. Because a scenario was asked, we have selected one scenario where children can play this handkerchief game. Here, if we take red representing boys and blue representing girls, or vice versa, first, to bring out the concept of principle of cardinality, we can ask children to count the number of players sitting correctly using correct number sequence and saying the last number name correctly. That gives the concept of cardinality. Now moving on to the next one, handkerchief game again. Now coming to order irrelevance. We can ask children to count starting from any child. Again, when they come back to the end, the number should be same. Counting number of children seated for the game, starting anywhere and counting correctly, shows order irrelevance. Now moving on to the next third principle. If a set of boys, say 4 here, are already in the ground, when we are adding 1 by 1 girls, if they are able to count correctly and tell, the concept of subitizing is shown here. They are not counting the boys again. They are adding 4 plus 1, 5, 4 plus 2, 6. So it goes on like that. The concept of subitizing, where perceptual and conceptual thinking is there, is clearly shown. Next. Now 3 were asked. Just we can bring out actually all the 8 principles using this game. If the total number of children, boys and girls, even when mixed, are counted as 2 sets correctly with correct number name, the concept of conservation also comes, and the concept of abstraction can also be brought here. Thus, this is a small situation where we can bring out all the 8 principles of counting, numbers, numeracy, and then explain all of them. Thank you.
Next presentation, please.
Kuheli, madam.
Yes, sir.
So we are given about object permanence by Piaget, and already one of the group has presented. I will just highlight certain points regarding this. So Piaget have suggested about stages of cognitive development. As we know, 5 stages. That is sensory, motor, pre-operational, concrete operations, and formal operations. Madam has already discussed about the age of this. So as we know, sensory motor stage comes up to the 0 to 2 years of learning through. Children learn through 5 senses at this age. And one of the method is object permanence and goal directed actions. We'll go for object permanent. The main development during the sensory motor stage is the understanding that object exists and events occur in the world independently of one's actions. That is about object permanence. The children believe through the senses that things exist and events exist, okay, irrespective of what actions they are performing. Object permanence means knowing that an object still exists even if it is hidden. It requires the ability to form a mental representation of the object. If a child can make a mental representation of the object, then the child understands that the object exists even without their saying. That is called schema. What is this schema? A schema is a cognitive framework or concept that helps organize and interpret information. So everyone have that schema. If it is developed, the child can organize and interpret any information given to the child. Piaget conducted a blanket and ball study based on this. He repeatedly was hiding a ball under the blanket to find out the child is able to bring it out or not. If you place a toy under a blanket, the child who has achieved object permanence known it is there and can actively seek it. At the beginning of this stage, the child behaves as if the toy had simply disappeared. If the child is having object permanence, the child can bring out the ball out from the under the blanket. Children around 8 months have object permanence because they're able to form a mental representation of the object in their mind. Before this age, the child cannot find it out. The attainment of object permanence generally signals a transition from the sensory motor stage to the pre-operational stage of development. When the child can develop this object permanence, we can think of other cognitive development in the child. Madam asked a question to my predecessor that if their object permanence is not developed, then what will happen? So then again it is explained by A not B error by Piaget. The A not B error occurs when infants search for a hidden toy at the incorrect location when presented with two possible locations. Suppose we hide the toy at one particular location time and again. The child keeps on searching at that location, and if we change the location, suppose you hid it in another blanket, if not a black, maybe a red blanket, or in a bucket, any other place. If the child has developed object permanence, the child will go for the new, that is for B. And if the child has not developed object permanence, he will keep on looking at that same place that is where it was hidden earlier. Okay, so the toy is repeatedly hidden at a location A. After a short delay, infants are then allowed to reach for and retrieve the toy. After a few trials, the toy is then clearly hidden in location B. After a short delay, they are then allowed to reach for the toy. Infants 8 to 10 months of age consistently reach to the location A, displayed clearly knowing the toy hidden at location B. Once the child object permanence developed, the child will go for the new location. So this is the A and B error suggested by Piaget. So from this, what we know about the behavior of these children of this age, the infant learns to coordinate vision and comprehension. What he sees, he can comprehend. Actions are intentional, but the child tends to repeat similar action on the same object. Okay, unintentional. Okay, novel behaviors are not yet initiated. At this stage, imitated. They do not follow novel behavior. That is the reason they keep on repeating the same action. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Any other presentation from Ziad Mysuru?
Yes, sir. Sir, may I present my individual assignment?
Yes, madam, please. Amandeep, madam, please.
A very good evening to all the learned members in the meeting. Sir, may I present my screen?
Please, madam, please continue.
So, sir, this is the first assignment where we are asked, how are the numbers used in each of the following contexts? The first statement was, Beena is 135 centimeter tall.
Madam, are you presenting something? It is not visible.
Sir, is it visible now?
No, Amandeep.
It is starting. Wait. We'll take some seconds. It has started, madam. Now you can continue.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, we have to tell in which context these numbers are being used here. So, Beena is 135 centimeter tall. Here, 135 is used as measure. The next sentence is, Hassan has rupees 50 with him. The number 50 here is used in the context of amount or measure. Shivant's roll number is 35. The number 35 here is used in the context of order. Jacob has 7 drawing books. The number 7 here is used in the context of quantity. Anushakti Nagar's pin code is 40088. The number is used in the context of label. The concert starts at 8 p.m. This number 8 here is used as measure. The train to Buldana leaves from platform number 4. The number 4 here is used as label. Sir, this is assignment 2, where numbers are given to us and we have to create statements in different contexts. The first one is 8. So the context in which I'm using it is as label. The train arrived at platform number 8. Second is 125. The context is measure. This cup holds 125 ml tea. Third is 6:30. The context in which I'm using it is measure. Please set the alarm for 6:30 a.m. A 10-digit number is given, sir. I'm using it in the context of label. The publisher's contact number is 8754699233. The last number given is 1000. The context it's used is quantity. My teacher has a collection of 1000 storybooks. And this is all, sir. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, madam. Fine. I think we have come to the close of it. Shweta, if you are there, you can have a final comment on all the presentation.
I think, thank you so much.
There is a problem with your connection, it seems.
So I have, for each assignment, I have some thoughts that why it was there. So I'll share with you, and thank you so much for very good presentation.
Okay.
And some of you actually extended it to something extra, so I also learned from it. So thank you so much. And Srinivasan ji will forward my comments to you in general for each service.
Okay, nice, Shweta madam. Please forward it to me, and I will share it with all the participants.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, participants,
Bye.
thank you. Thank you very much. Please stay back for the attendance. Please stay back for the attendance. I am sharing the link with you now. And before you are going for the attendance, one or two announcements. There is a small change in the participant. There is a one participant from Varanasi region has been replaced, and that information you will get it, that group, that Varanasi group.